Julian, you can't think about the world without thinking about Sierra Leone. Like, I've never heard anyone say that. I never have heard anyone like center Sierra Leone in global history. Hi, my name is Julianknxx. I'm a visual artist and a poet. The work in question is In Praise of Still Boys. This work was made so I shot it in Sierra Leone, and it was the first time back in 20 odd years. I left Sierra Leone when I was about, I guess, 9, 10, and this was just after the war. So you can imagine leaving during war. Just your last memory of a place would be like smoke, fire, gun sounds, and then to be in England for that long, and then going back, everything's changed. Seeing family, seeing the spaces that I used to play around, and also meeting the boys that became what the film is about. You then think about yourself in that light, like this is you, in that sense. To meet myself back at that time, how would I want to present myself? How do you kind of find the stories that are there now, and how you draw that parallel to global history? So that was kind of the thinking. How do I then begin to tell the story about Freetown, looking or anchoring the Atlantic Ocean with it, but through the lens of these boys? Most of my work starts with poems, or an idea that I'm trying to explore with poetry, because my practice, that's how I got into this space. After sort of making the work, I then do this thing where I speak to elders or speak to people just to listen. And it's not about fact. It's this idea of rememory work, just people recounting whatever it is that they want to say. So at the beginning of the film, the voiceover started with George Sheary, Uncle George, and he was he gave me basically a history lesson, because a lot of our histories have been sort of placed in the margins. The history is told from top down. In Sierra Leone, I remember during the war, when we were listening to BBC, sometimes I felt like the news was very different from what I'm hearing or what I'm seeing on the ground. But I love this idea of you listen to the people that are doing everyday life to recount what happened. That's kind of a thing in all my work. How do I listen with openness and find poetry in what's being said?